Hello YouTube, it is Championdjk coming at you with another weekly episode. And I didn't find jack this week, but I still got some cool stuff to show you, including, hey, I finally made another custom. I showed this on my Instagram. We'll snap the lights on in a second here, but just wanted to show you how bright these headlights are. So this is a Kyosho. I don't know. It looks pretty cool. Looks pretty cool in the dark. Let's see what it looks like in the day. Alright, so here it is. It's a Kyosho Skyline. Pretty cool. There it is with the headlights on. This is a custom that was made for Andrew Jaremko. If you look back on my channel, you could see a video where he sent me a really awesome box, including this car that needed to be customized with headlights. I also did a wheel swap on it. I put these wheels on it that you see on it as well. So the headlights look great. Let's go ahead and flip it over. The base is kind of mangled a little bit. I'm going to explain what happened here in just a sec. Let's go ahead and flip some more lights on so we can get an even better look at it here. We can turn the lights off. So it's just a manual switch on the bottom here that turn the headlights on and off. The wheels I got from a local buddy. I don't even know exactly where they came from. Some of you might know. I'm not really sure. This thing rolls fantastically well now. And just overall looks really good. So what I had to do this was actually kind of a pain. The base, I started to carve away at this to I tried to cut it. I tried to cheat and kind of cut it, just to make room for the switch in the bottom, and I ended up cracking the base all the way across, which actually ended up kind of being a good idea. So now this middle part of the base is actually glued in permanently. The base is in 3 pieces. There's a screw for the back and there's a screw for the front. So you could still swap out the wheels. You could put different wheels in here if you wanted to. Another thing you can still do then is change the battery. The battery actually lies right underneath this section right here. So you just take out that one screw. You can pop this part of the front out, and then the battery is right underneath there, and you can actually go ahead and swap it out. I was going to make a video series on building this custom. Unfortunately, I just didn't get around to doing it. This thing was way too much experimentation and stuff trying to figure out how to get this to work. It was just a pain. It would have been a huge pain to try to film what I was doing. If I were to ever do another one of this exact car, which I could definitely do now that I know what I'm doing, maybe I could make a film of that. So you might see some more headlight customs come from me in the future. It's something fun to do. This in particular was good because I didn't have to paint anything. And right now I really have no way of painting cars. That's the one hang up right now with me in customizing, is I don't have anywhere to paint. It's cold outside. And I really want to get into doing airbrush if I'm going to get back into Hot Wheels customizing with paint instead of rattle cans. So anyway, just wanted to show that off. So like I said, I didn't find anything really this week, but I do have some stuff to show. I did get some mail, and that's why we're just sticking with this camera angle as well this week, just a close-up. We'll still have a pretty lengthy video here. So I got this Mercedes-Benz 55 Mercedes-Benz 300 SL. I don't know, honestly, if I'm going to keep it or not. I'll pop it out of here real quick. It's cool, but I'm kind of like, I wouldn't mind having one version of this casting. And if I'm going to only have one, I think, honestly, and I haven't taken this off the base at all, I think, honestly, I'm going to wait for it to come out in a more appropriate color. So I'm hoping they release this in a better color than this yellow. I mean, yellowish, greenish, whatever the heck it is. I think it would look a little bit better in a different color. I got number 3633 at 12,500. I don't know if I'm going to sell this or what. I haven't decided whether I'm going to sell it or keep it. What exactly I'm going to do yet, and I'm going to take my time figuring that out. It might end up just going on eBay. I don't know. It's just an easy way to sell things. Just throw them on eBay. Because I'm such a sucker when somebody that I'm friends with or something wants to buy something from me. I'm like, I want to give them a good deal, but I still want to maximize the money I can get out of this thing, because if I do decide to sell it, because I need it for more diecast goodies. Yep. I'm a little selfish that way, but That's what keeps the content for this channel. But anyway, I'm really proud of how this turned out, and I hope, Andrew, I hope you really like it. I think it turned out really good. Again, I mangled the base, but it's barely noticeable, and when the car is upright, you don't notice it at all. And I think the wheels and the stance and everything turned out really good on this car. All right, so since I didn't have much to show you, I decided to dig into the Chuck. This is like, I'm getting towards the tail end of the Chuck collection. I pretty much like sold everything. But I'm going to show you some pics. This is stuff I've just literally, I set aside for myself a long time ago, almost 2 years ago now. And I haven't shown any of it to you. So I'm going to show you some of the stuff that I picked up. I don't know how far we're going to get here. But we're just going to go car by car, take a peek. I've got a lot. I've got 2 videos worth really to show. But we're just going to kind of go car by car. We'll take a look. I got to sort through all these and decide which ones I'm actually going to keep or not. This one I'm pretty sure I'm going to keep. I got to check for duplicates though as well. So this is the custom V8 Vega. Pretty awesome. So a little bit different format for this weekly episode. Dig that car. That's from the Cool Classic series. And then we got the this Blazer here. This is an older one. This one is Hot Wheels Blazer 4x4. That's one thing you can tell when I got something from the Chuck collection, because it's got all these. This is how he kept track of his cars. Believe it or not, when I got this collection from his wife, his widow, all of the cars that were in his personal collection were labeled with a dot with a number on it. And that number corresponded to a database number on a floppy disk. That I don't have a computer, obviously, that can read that disk. But that's how I used to keep track of his collection back in the day. So this thing's pretty neat. It's an older one. Copyright date's 1983. I don't know when exactly this version of it came out. Like I said, I didn't have time to research any of these castings, so I'm just kind of pulling them out now and taking a look for them for the first time basically in 2 years. So there's that one. This one I don't have out of the package, although we can probably free it. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to keep it or not. This is a Nissan hardbody pickup. This was a Kool-Aid mail-in. Pretty cool looking. Kool-Aid mail-in. Like I said, I need to go through this and kind of reassess if I'm going to end up keeping this stuff or not. This next one here is a Ford Bronco, which I think, I'm pretty sure I recently pulled this out of a 5-pack, so I don't think I actually need this one. But again, that's kind of why I'm pulling them out now, is after I'm done with this video, I can go ahead and double check, see what I need, what I don't need, and then put the rest in a pile for sale. Is probably what's going to end up happening. I got a lot to sort through here. This one I don't think I need either. This is a Toyota pickup, and I can't remember what this was from. Somebody will comment below what this particular one was from. I know this Toyota pickup hasn't been released a whole ton of times, so I just can't remember what it's actually from. This next one I know I'm going to keep, and it's kind of neat. Chuck was a big Mustang collector, and this is a really kind of oddball piece. So for those of you that don't know, go ahead and guess the brand of this car. Can you tell what it is right away? It is a Majorette. It's a 159 scale Mustang convertible. It's got suspension. It's got a trailer hitch on the back. And I think this hood opens. It's convertible. You even got a little bit of detail there in the interior. It's kind of cool. And look at the plastic detail. Ford engine in there. It's a plastic piece. Some detail for the headlights. This is kind of a cool, neat little vintage majorette. I don't know how vintage it is. There's no date on the bottom of the casting. I'm guessing it's from the 80s, obviously, because of what kind of Mustang it is. It's probably from the 80s or early 90s. But a cool piece, nonetheless. I think it's kind of cool, anyway. You guys may disagree, but I think that is pretty neat. And there's that one. And then we got this guy. This is a Hot Wheels. So this is going to be a really random video, guys. Some random stuff. GTO. This has got to be from some sort of holiday series. So I collect this casting kind of loosely. This is like my least favorite GTO Hot Wheels casting. Is this one. Mainly just because it's super long and it just looks, you know, it's got the big wheels on the back, smaller wheels on the front. So this was one that he was keeping for himself. Some of this was stuff he was having for resale, and some of the stuff was stuff he was keeping for himself, and you can tell by the number that was on the base. So nice thick painted silver. This next one's pretty nice. This one is a collector's favorite. The good old 67 Camaro. And this one's got the opening hood, metal body, metal base. This is the old version of the casting that's complete with opening hood, metal body, metal base. Before it was retooled. I don't know what series this is out of. I have no idea. But it's got rubber tires, so some sort of premium series. That's a good looking Camaro. I don't really collect this casting, but if I do see one that I don't have, I do pick it up. It's just one of those classic castings that, I don't know, is kind of neat. I traded away, I think I traded away my pink one, my pink RLC one. And, you know, I kind of regret it. I kind of don't really care. But it's just, whatever. The trade was right at the time, so. But, anyway. There's that. This one's nice. This is an older black wall here that I'm popping out. And this one's in mint shape here from what I can tell. This is a Baja Breaker. Really cool. So this one's one of the ones that had the opening hood, this plastic piece. I am not going to open that hood because I know that sometimes once you open that hood, it will never really shut again. And I don't want to deal with that, so I'm not going to open it. And this thing is like blister pull, fresh. And I'm not sure what year exactly this came out. It does have a Malaysia base. Copyright date is 1982, but there's versions that came out before it. I think there's a rare version of this. This is not the rare version. Something to do with the Tampa color. I'm not huge on older black walls and stuff in the variations of them, but it's kind of a neat car. Let's see here. This next one is a classic Caddy. This one's not too exciting, but still kind of a cool older model. This one, I don't know when this came out. It's got to be newer. I'm thinking this is probably was on a blue card. That would be my guess. It's got a Malaysia base with a cast over bar. So originally it was a Hong Kong casting. It does have a domed rivet. I don't know if that dates it or not. So the paint's cool. It's nice. It's metallic. It's blue. Looks good. It's kind of neat. So we're probably just going to keep going here until we get to about 30 minutes. Probably what it's going to end up being. This next one. I'm sorry, I got trying to pull these out of bags here, is this guy right here. Steve's 24-hour towing. Tow truck. Malaysia base. Copyright date 1981. This also has domed rivets, which makes me think it's a black wall. So pre-1989 is my guess. And I'm not sure I'm going to keep this one. It's kind of cool. Depends on how old I find out it is. If I find out it's an earlier black wall, then I'll probably will keep it, just because I don't go after the older stuff, but when I'm able to keep them or get them at a decent cost, that's like, and they're in really good shape, I don't mind having a collection of older vehicles. It's kind of fun. So this next one, kind of in the same boat. I don't know how to necessarily date it. This thing has a plastic base, Malaysia base, copyright date 1988, and I'm guessing it's probably the first casting of it, but a school bus. Shout out to Frank's kids. Frankie. Nice casting. It's mint. So I'm guessing it came out, I would say probably was released in '89. I wouldn't doubt that the school bus was originally released as a just plain old school bus. Again, I don't know the date on it, but cool piece. Kind of neat. And then let's see here, what's next? Oh. Alright, this next one is, I don't know if I'll hang on to this one either. This is an Ecto 1. This one's got Goodyear tires. I don't know if this is the original Replica Entertainment release or not. Or if it's from the second, it's from Ghostbusters 2. So, right, because it's got the 2, right? He's holding a peace sign right there. We believe you. JL5 2020. And it's got lettered Goodyear tires. I don't know, like they came up with a 2-pack. What did that have in it? I think that had a version of this car in it. This might be from that. I don't really know. Yeah, it's kind of cool. I don't know if I'm going to end up keeping this thing or not. I do want one good version of the Ecto car. Maybe I'll keep an Ecto 1 and an Ecto 2 or whatever. But I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to keep it. I'm not really into the pop culture stuff. You guys know I'm more into like realistic cars. But some of it's cool. This thing's like a little oddity. This is a Maisto VW camper. So nice to have a version of this. It's got a little trailer hitch. Yeah, it's a little tiny little VW bus casting, but I don't know, kind of cool to have a version of it. I don't know when it's from. I don't know how long ago Maisto released that. I have no clue. I feel like I'm going to say I don't know a lot in this video. Sticking with Volkswagen buses here. Oh, you know what? I see an Ecto 1 in here too. So I bet you this is a 2-pack. That 2-pack that came out a while ago. But here's this Volkswagen. This is a Matchbox. Pretty fancy with some gold trim, looking like in an M2 Chase. Huh? It's kind of neat. Kind of making room on the table here. Kind of sorting as I go, guys. On this table behind me. Oh, we got a couple more buses. Might as well look at those in sequence. Here's another Matchbox bus. Camp Matchbox Beach Camp. Right there in red. Pretty nifty. So I think these are all mainline Matchbox cars. And that gold one I think might not have been, but weird black hair there. Definitely not for me. And yeah, there's that one. And then I got, let's see here, this another VW bus. And this one is in orange. Pretty nice basic Matchbox. We got headlight detail, taillight detail. The good stuff. That is pretty cool. I'm just kind of picking through here. Ooh, we got one more bus and one more Matchbox. Ooh, you know what? And it's a shame because this would have been a good one for Matchbox Monday episodes. This one is right here. Now that is a very nice, clean version of this old Matchbox bus. Made in Lesney, Volkswagen Camper. So this one does have opening doors, I think. And, wow, they're very, very thin metal. So be careful with that. Orange interior, kind of a tinted window. The old school Matchbox wheels. And it does have a little suspension. That's cool. So this is actually a really cool piece. I totally forgot about this one. And it's too bad because it definitely would have been a good feature vehicle in the Matchbox Monday series. That's pretty sweet. So that's a cool one. It's a shame that I didn't. I forgot about that one. Let's see here. We're sticking with Matchbox for just a moment. Why not? Volkswagen Beetle. Pretty basic one with some decorative pinstriping deal thingy on the front there. Looks like there's another Beetle in here too. What's this one? This next one's kind of in rough shape. There's that one there. It's an oddball one. Some weird graphics and stuff on them. Just checking in here if there's any other Beetles. Oh, here's the other. Oh, here's an Ecto one coming up. This is a mainline Ecto one. Now, I don't know if this was the original Ecto 1 release in the mainline, or if this was the one that was in the Ghostbusters series. And to be honest, I don't know. There was a Ghostbusters Walmart series where they released an Ecto 1 in that. I don't know if there's a way to tell them apart. Somebody may know. If you do know, hit those comments down below and let me know. I do not recall if there's a way to tell them apart. But this is a nice clean version of the vehicle. Mainline version. That's pretty cool. So there's that. And let's see here next. Ooh, I got another Matchbox. This is the Dodge A100 pickup. And I think this might have been, and I could be totally wrong, this may have been the first release of this pickup. First color it was released in. And I don't know for certain, but I think it might have been. Nice little mint, kind of, or seafoam green, I guess is what you would call it. Let's see here. What next do we want to take a look at? This one is a mainline, I believe. DeLorean. In gold. Gold with gold wheels. Again, I gotta check and see if I actually have this car. I might have it. I may have it, I may not. I do not know. A satin gold finish. Cool though. This is a nice Hot Wheels casting. I think they did a good job casting the DeLorean, in my opinion. Let's see here. This next one is a Matchbox. It is a Volkswagen. I don't remember what the heck this is called. Some sort of Volkswagen van with DHL livery. Funny story. I used to have a job, or I worked in the escalation department for international shipment tracking for DHL. That was somewhat of a fun job, but all I got to do all day was talk to extremely angry people, and a lot of times with some sort of language barrier. So I had fun with it. I was young, but anyway, that was an interesting job. It was an escalation. So basically they'd say, I want to talk to a supervisor, and it would be some sort of missing package or missing documents and stuff like that, and I would have to explain to them basically that they're screwed. And that's what I did. So some interesting phone calls. So anyway, this thing, that's why I was going to keep this one, because it's got DHL on it, and I kind of used to work for DHL. Or I worked for a company that was contracted by DHL, I should say. So, not technically for DHL. Anyway, moving on. This thing's cool. This is a Matchbox. That is sweet. Little step side. I don't know when these came out, but that's a really cool truck. Not as popular as the 83 Chevy Silverado from Hot Wheels, but a cool Chevy truck for sure. That's a really nice basic model. I think it looks great. I don't even know, when's the last time they released this truck? I imagine people, if they released it now, I think people would definitely gobble those up. Pretty sure they would. Ooh, we got another Matchbox. This is another one that kind of sneaked through without getting into a Matchbox Monday. What is this? This is a Ford, right? I think it's a Ford. This is Sterling on the bottom. Why am I drawing it? Is this a Ford Escort of some sort? Somebody tell me what this is. Or is it a Dodge? What the hell is this? Sterling? Sterling? Why am I drawing a blank on what kind of car this is? The front looks kind of like a Ford Escort or a Dodge. I think it's a Dodge because it's got that small logo instead of the oval. Or Chrysler, sorry. It's got suspension. It's got that wonderful color red that they used a lot in this era. It's 1/60th scale. What the heck is this? Ah, boy. Someone will tell me in the comments down below. Cool casting, though. Got a little insert for the taillight. Painted headlights. That's cool. That's a keeper. So definitely going to keep that one. And then, ooh, another Matchbox that, shoot, this one would have been a good one for Matchbox Monday as well. Look at this thing. It's got a sticker on the bottom, pink sticker. So this one he was actually selling. And not too expensive either. I think Pink Mat was like $3 or something like that. Look at that thing. That's cool. What is this? Is this a... You don't put the names on the bottom here, which really puts me in a bind. This is the Rough Trek, was the title of it, and I think it's supposed to be like an El Camino. The front definitely has like some Chevelle-ness going on, and I think this is supposed to be like a jacked up El Camino, like made for off-roading. I think that's what this is, or what it's supposed to be. That's pretty cool, though, guys. That is pretty cool. So we're almost up on 30 minutes here. And do we stop or do we keep going? Because I can keep going for a little while here. Ooh, this next one is a Jeep Cherokee. That's got a lot of suspension travel there. Super nice. 158 scale. That's a nice example of that casting. Let's see. Let's do, let me see here. I want to split this up so if I ever have a week where I don't find anything again is when we're going to see the rest of these cars. So I'm just peeking and seeing what I've got left here. And I have enough for another whole episode if that needs to happen. And who knows? That may not happen. We may not see the rest of these cars for another 6-8 months. I want to have enough here that I can do another video. So let's get rid of this one. This one, not exciting. Matchbox little Beetle. Yeah, I really don't care about it. That's kind of goofy. Let's take a look at just a couple more here. This other one is a Porsche 930. This one's a weird one. It's got like metal guitar rocking in 5-dot wheels. I don't ever recall seeing this variation of this Porsche. This is another casting I collect kind of loosely. I don't like run after every single one and try to just track them down. But if I do see any of them, I grab them because I love Porsche Hot Wheels and stuff like that. I collect Porsche. So. This other one is a GT40. This one has Q Racing on the side. I think this is from a 5-pack. I think I've already opened a 5-pack with one of these in it. So I actually don't know if I need it. But I think that's going to conclude the episode. We're going to stop there. So it's going to be a 30-minute episode-ish this time around. I hope you guys enjoyed this weekly episode. So I didn't find anything. And I didn't really add anything new to the collection. The stuff has been kind of sitting around, and that's been all. So we won't see the rest of it until that happens again. Which, who knows, it could happen sometime soon. Maybe it won't. I've got, I should have, my next week's video I think is pretty much planned. I'm going to be getting so stay tuned for that. I'm going to be getting a box from Diecast. I'm sure I'm going to focus the entire video off of that box. Even if it's only a few pieces, I'm pretty sure they're going to be some pretty awesome pieces. And likely I'm just going to focus that video around that box. And then the week after that, I think it's Christmas, and then I have my local meet. So I'll probably be doing the stuff I find at the meet at that time. Yeah. So yeah, that's going to be it. But today, I think one of the coolest little finds here is this truck. I know, I really like that step side. That's pretty awesome. But there was definitely some other cool things here. Again, let me know what casting this car is, and I don't know why I can't think of it. I should know what it is, and I just don't. So, all right, so that's going to be it for this episode, guys, and hopefully you enjoyed the custom, all that cool stuff, and hopefully you enjoyed looking through these cars. I know it wasn't extremely exciting because I'm not showing you new stuff that's coming out and stuff like that, but hopefully you still found it somewhat enjoyable. Thank you guys very much for watching, and please check out the playlist where, of course, all these Diecast Weekly videos, you can see anything that enters the collection throughout the entire, I don't know, we're up to like almost getting close to 200 episodes here. Check out my sponsor, Mascar Display Cases. You've got still a few weeks left to take advantage of 20% off by using the promo code Champion20. So definitely hit that up, and that's going to be it. So thank you guys very much again. Have yourself a great week.